All right, so this session is being recorded. Please know that everything that we say here is going to be available for others and yourself also for replay purposes. I want to say very big welcome to everyone that is live here and hoping that others will still join us with time. Every Wednesday, Fridays, we come live, except if we have some weeks we do only Wednesday, and then we give tasks that you need to do throughout the week. But for this week, we might be doing Wednesday and Friday. So this is purpose, positioning, and profit course, and it's a personal branding course. What we want to do is to give you a sense of purpose as per choosing a particular niche, a particular problem, or bringing solution to a particular area, and then we position you as an expert. We help people to perceive you as a go-to person or the solution that they need. And of course, once purpose is there, positioning is there, it's inevitable that profit will definitely follow. So I'm a big fan of earning from your knowledge, your expertise, your abilities, and of course your skills. Because I believe so much that the more money you are able to earn, the more people you'll be able to impact. It takes a lot of resources to get to people. Um, Over 90% of the persons that register for this course, we are about 22 or 23 now. Over 90% of you got to know me through Facebook and Instagram, and I was running as the. If I didn't invest in Facebook or Instagram, you will not be here. And sometimes I invest as much as 20,000 a day in order to get my message across to people. So the point I'm making is that the more profit you make, the more people that you'll be able to get across to. This year, I already shared with some of us that I'll be launching my online school this year. I'm already talking to the web developers. Those things are not free; they cost money. So, whatever it is that you're able to discover for yourself, and whatever area of need, whatever niche area you go with at the end of the day, you have to also think profit because the more money you make, the more people you'll be able to impact. So, we started this course 2 weeks ago. We first had an orientation session. The next thing we did was to understand your shape. Understanding your shape has to do with your spiritual gift, your heart, your abilities, your personalities, and of course your experience. God shaped each and every one of us for service. The way I'm shaped is not the way you are shaped. I'm very sure, like over 70% of the time, when people go through the shape test, especially when they respond very well, they always get a sense of purpose as per what they could be doing part time, and then they evolve over time. So it's very important that you take that test results seriously. Part of what I was able to do differently with those that registered for this particular session was I had to take out time to go through their shape test, and then on a live call like this, now brought out suggestions as per what they could focus on based on what their results were. We even gave opportunity to other members of the platform to make their own suggestions yeah for their fellow participants in the program. So it's really 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 amazing. So after the shape test, the next thing you want to do is now to choose a niche for yourself, and that's what the second module was about, choosing a profitable niche. And in that course, sorry, that module, we talked about the three most outstanding ones, which were anything around finance, health, and relationship. But we didn't stop there. I mentioned so many other kind of niches, career niches. Travel right now is a very good niche. Anybody that is doing anything that can take people, anybody that has information about how to take people out of Nigeria right now, it's a big thing. Travel is a good one. We have career coaching, we have addiction recovery, we have personal growth and transformation, which is what I do, and so many other niches. We mentioned them. The reason we mentioned them, we even gave examples of some coaches here in Nigeria that are doing amazing stuff. We projected people like Steve Harris, Wendy Odoge, um, Niger Branch League. Example, I think I brought out about 15 different coaches and they are different niches. What we try to do in that particular session is to give you an idea of probably what your niche area should be based on your shape. Then after that, we now talked about structure. So if you have decided that, okay, I want to go into the relationship niche, but my specificity is parenting, the next thing you want to do is to give a structure around how your coaching program is going to be. You don't have a structure. When people call and they make inquiries, you will not sound convincing enough because you don't know how you intend to carry out your program. So somebody calls you and say, "Oh, I love the idea about parenting. I have kids. I want to be a good parent. I want to be able to raise responsible kids. How do you carry out your program?" They're asking you. They want to know the structure, how your processes of delivery, how often, how what you charge. That's what they are trying to ask. So you must have that structure. And from what I was able to do with us, I gave us my own business model canvas. Just to let you know that it cost me 250,000 to get that document that I sent to us. And it was a 6 hour session, one time 6 hour session that I started with the business consultant. And then he was able to do that for me. So when I sent that full document to us, I sent an empty document and I sent my own that I've already filled. The reason why I did that was I wanted you to see what I did with my own. Then you can now use it to also fill your own. There are some things that I responded to on my own, which will be the same thing, irrespective of what your niche is. And the other things that will be different because your own niche is also different. So we talked about structuring your course, how much do you charge, how do you intend to carry out your program. When I started my coaching program, I was doing just one-on-one. So many I didn't know that I should have done maybe things differently. But after the whole structuring, after the whole structuring with this business developer, I got to understand that okay, I can actually have a low ticket offer, small as 5,000 that people can play around with. I can even have a medium ticket offer like 50K or 75K or 100K, and then I can have like a 250 or 300 and over 300K high ticket offer. Please hold on. Let me ask them to put on my agenda. All right, so I'll just forge ahead while that is on. Um, so it was after that whole session that I now knew that okay, I could come up with a low ticket offer, medium ticket offer, high ticket offer. Today, I meet with people at different levels. There are people who come to me like after my first encounter with them, they just pay for my one-on-one, and there are others who will pay first of all for my low ticket, and then based on their experience, they now decide that oh, they'll still go ahead to do one-on-one with me. So all of those things are what structure does for you. When I started my own coaching program, I didn't know what to charge. I didn't know how much to charge, and I ended up undercharging. Imagine when I started, my one-on-one was 30,000 for one full month, and I think I was doing 3 times a week. And honestly, there was nothing wrong. So sometimes you're at a stage where you just want to get your message out. You want people to actually know. Sometimes, if as a matter of fact, like I've told us in one of our sessions, I actually started with free. It was this same particular business developer that brought it to my notice that I could actually earn from what I was doing. So sometimes it's not about putting money first, it's about being a person of value, and then you now grow over time. So tonight we'll be discussing content creation. In one of our sessions, I can trust. Before people will pay you or before they want to partner with you or do anything very serious with you, they must know you, they must like you, they must trust you. It is when these three things has happened that somebody can pay you 1 million naira, even if the person has never met you before. So KLT is very, very important. And one of the major ways we can establish KLT is through content creation. So when you go online, you see people very intentional about creating content. Almost every day they're online. You are receiving messages from them, new videos. All those things are hard work, but they know what they are doing. They are positioning themselves as experts. There are different things that we do to position ourselves as experts. You can write a book, you can organize webinars, you can create content on a consistent basis. People must perceive you as an expert before they will pay you. You must establish yourself as an authority. Please let me close. That is the wrong. So that's what content creation does for you. Some of us are really, really lazy. Some people are, let me not say some of us, some people are really, really lazy when it has come to content creation. You post today, you don't post another 2 days, then the third day you now remember. It doesn't work that way. You have to ensure that you are consistent with it and you do it on a daily basis. And then for some of us also, when we go to your social media, we are confused about who you are and what you represent because of church program or all your posts are see that this one is comedy, the other one is church program, the other one is on relationship. It just scattered abroad. If you go on my Facebook profile on my timeline right now, you will see that 70% of the posts on my timeline are about reading, personal growth and transformation. Maybe 20% can be about church, and then 10% about that. It is very, very, very intentional. I want to special whereby as you are scrolling through my timeline, majority of the posts you are seeing are the subject of reading. That's how I get to let you know that when it has come to the subject of reading, I am your solution. So I'm just going to share my screen and then we will take it up from there. It's actually probably a brief session, but it is very, very, very instructive. So, like I already said, we are discussing content creation, and the first thing I would say is that content is king. The people that are going to control the narrative are the people that are intentional about creating content. You can help people to think, act in a certain way by your words. I was listening to a message today, and this person was talking about John 1 and the word was God. That's content. The first thing God made us to understand about himself, even in Genesis, had to do with content. John 1 had to do with content. So content is king. You cannot joke with it. I've also had people tell me that, oh, how do you get content that you put out almost everything? And I tell them it's simple, apart from the fact that you are supposed to be developing yourself, you're supposed to be reading books and all of that. If you're actually called to something, you will not lack content in that area because everything around you will be pointing towards that particular thing, or almost everything around you pointing always to that particular thing. Who I am now, I'm in church, pastor is preaching. I'm hearing the interpretation to me is almost all the time it's about personal growth, reading, learning. I know how to not I can't really say I know how to. The message just come to me that way. The way I would understand the message is not the same way you are going to understand it, or the way to relate to me it's not the same way it's going to relate to you. Why? Because of our differences. So content is king. You cannot joke with it. You must have a plan. We're going to talk more about that. So content creation is the process of generating, managing, and distributing ideas or thought patterns in different forms and mediums that will reach and appeal to a target audience. So you generate, you manage these ideas, you distribute it. Some people also have issue with distribution. They are on Facebook, Instagram, and maybe Twitter, but you only see posts on Facebook. There might be reason for that, but you must learn how to cut across to distribute your content across different platforms. You must understand each platform and know what works best on that platform. So content creation can be used for a variety of purposes. It can be used to educate, to inspire, to sell, and to entertain. It's not every time you go online that you are selling. It doesn't work that way. There are times when you go online, you just want to educate, you want to teach, you want to enlighten, and the other time you just want to inspire people to take certain actions. You want to inspire people to take certain actions. And some other times you also sell. Another time you entertain. Anything you are doing now, you must think of how to get entertainment into it, how to make it fun, and all of that. On social media, if you are too serious, you will not gain traction. You have to be able to show some humor. You have to be able to do some funny things. So the way I do is, if I'm going to post, if you check my timeline on making a post, you will see that maybe the first two, three posts are educating and inspiring, and then the fourth one will be selling. Please do not allow anybody make you feel like you are selling too much online. Some people are not willing to project themselves. When you are projecting yourself, they are even happy, they are still angry. So sometimes you just want to educate, other times you just want to inspire, other times you want to entertain, then at other times you just want to sell. So allow your content to cut across these four different purposes. Make sure that it's not every time that your content is educating. Because at the end of the day, you should be able to sell. After you have educated, you should be able to tell them that if they want more, they need to take certain actions. Register for your course, sign up for something, your membership, and all of that. I read Grant Cardone's 10x rule in January. You check my post where I mentioned the books I read in January, you see that Grant Cardone's 10x was one of them. And one of the chapters, he talked about the fact that he made 78,000 Twitter posts. Twitter is now X. Twitter posts in 48 months. That's in like 4 years. He had 78,000 Twitter posts. And then he did 9,000, he recorded 9,000 videos in 6 months. Then in that book, he mentioned that if content is king, I became a content factory. Okay, no, not 10x rule. Be obsessed or average. That's the title of that book. I think I read it in December. Be obsessed or average. When you are posting online, don't allow just the only thing you have to do is to ensure that your posts are valuable posts. Don't allow anybody make you feel like you are posting too much. When people don't hear from you on social media, they forget you. The people who remember on social media are the people that are giving us value. If you're online and you watch comedies, let's say you follow somebody like Mr. Macaroni. Don't you see how he drop content almost every now and then? That's the way it works. So you would think that even at his level he will relax. No. Or is this Sidney Talker? Just mention any of the, or is it Sabinus? Those are comedians. If you move to other coaches, you will see these coaches that are making a headway. You see how they post online. There's this guy I follow in Port Harcourt. You might even know him. His name is Emeka Nobis. Emeka Nobis posts at least 6, 7 posts every day on Facebook. He has over 100,000 followers now. So if content is king, you need to become a content factory. So there are key steps. There are key steps. Number one is idea generation. Content creators begin by brainstorming ideas and topics that are relevant to their audience or goals. For somebody like me now, I do family meetings every Sunday evening with people that have registered for my program. So every Sunday, I come up with a new topic that we can discuss. How do I start? By brainstorming, by thinking. Sometimes I check the feedback that I've gotten from people to know what I need to post. They start by brainstorming. From your brainstorming, there are different areas you can look at. You can look at your personal experiences. For personal experiences, there are stuff that is okay to share, and there are stuff that is not okay to share. So you are the one that is going to decide that by yourself. But it's good to share personal experiences. People connect with you deeper and better when you share your personal experience with them. People want to know that you are human, and then you also have the same kind of challenges that they have, or you face everyday challenge like they do. You don't want to come online and look like a superhuman. That's not the plan. So you also share your personal development, how you are growing, content ideas. You can also check what your competitors are doing. That's people that are in the same niche too. You can also look at for frequently asked questions. What are the questions that people are always asking in that your niche? There's what we call idea bank. Sometimes an idea drops in your head. You're not even ready to develop it. You just carry it and put somewhere. You save it in your phone notes app. That's what I do. Then later you visit it and develop it. Then there's what we call patched up content. That's when, let's say, you take out maybe today and tomorrow, you just record like 20 videos, 30 videos, 40 videos, and then you now begin to distribute it one every day or two every day. So sometimes you don't have to wait every day you are shooting videos. Sometimes you can shoot multiple videos at once and then you now begin to post it different times. It's called patched up content. You can also leverage on AI. I mentioned answer the public here, ChatGPT, Google Bard. We are going to talk about it on Friday. So asking concerning a particular topic. Then you can now use that to create. You can now, you can take the questions they're asking, go to ChatGPT and ask them questions, and then you get responses there. So after idea generation, the next thing you want to do is research. This is when you gather data, facts, and information that will be included in the content. It helps to ensure accuracy and credibility. So you have to research, check in groups, browse online, use AI, and all of that. After you have done that, the next thing you want to do is content development. So based on your research, you develop the actual content here. So this actual content can be in writing and creating videos. Don't be in a hurry to post after you have created the content. Take our time to edit. Sometimes, except when I'm really behind time, when I come up with the content, I don't post it that same day. I leave it till the next day so that I can brood over it again. Oh. So this is where you review your content to check for grammar errors, clarity, and all of that. The media creation. In the case of multimedia creation, creators may produce, you decide if you want to use image, videos, animation, graphics to accompany that written content. So people pay more attention or they read more content that has maybe videos attached to them. 2024 is not a time where you say you are shy to speak to camera. You have to learn it. So number 6 here is publishing and distribution. So this is where you distribute the channel to distribute the content to different channels. The website, your social media platform, email, newsletters, traditional media outlets. Please, number 7 is engagement and interaction. Make sure you always engage with your audience. When they make a comment, respond. They ask a question, respond. Don't be too big to do that. Very important. So there are different types of content. Text, the one used for articles, blogs, news reports, ebooks. There are visual content like images, infography, memes, slideshows. There are also video content like video clips, vlogs, tutorials, and webinars. Audio content, we have podcasts, music, audiobook. Interactive content, we have quizzes, we have polls and survey, and then we have social media content. This is where you now post things across and watch your improvement over time. So these are also user-generated content. This is when you try to get reviews, testimonials. Immediately somebody chats me up and say, "Oh, Coach Harry, thank you. This training has helped me." The next thing I request for is a testimonial. I push them to do a video for me. If they're not comfortable with video before I now settle for before I now settle for text. And I don't just put to do testimonial for me. I will give you a format. What's your name? What do you do? Where are you chatting from? What was the situation before you met me? How did you meet me? After the training, what did you learn? Simple format like that. There's also email content for newsletters, email campaigns. There's educational content, lectures, course materials, educational videos. Then there's printed content like brochure, flyers, maps, different types of content. So let's talk about digital product creation. This is an intangible good that is delivered electronically. It's intangible and can deliver electronically. A course is a structured learning experience that typically covers a particular subject or topic. An e-book is a digital form of a printed book designed to be read on devices like computers, tablets, or smartphones. All right. So when you are creating your course, you're writing a book. One of the things you should do is to ask questions. That's how modules come about. That's how modules come about. You ask questions. You're writing a book on speed reading. What are the possible questions? What are the issues surrounding it? So it's called the problem and solution method. So in my book, I talk about speed reading. I didn't just jump to speed reading. I also asked somebody that is not reading at all should not be talking about reading fast. So there's a chapter that talked about developing a good reading culture. Then you can also leverage your AI. Like I said on Friday, we talked more about AI. So there are different course formats. It can be self-paced, that's when it's an online course. Instructor-led. This one is done like a physical meeting. Then there's hybrid. Hybrid can be both online and offline. So there are different, or there are many platforms. The local ones are Seller, where you can go, you can see other people's products. Seller, Expatner, Digistem, Zebra, Staples, Focus. Then the foreign ones, we have Skillshare, Thinkific, Udemy, Khan Academy. So yeah, these are other foreign course hosting platforms. So let's say tomorrow you're able to record your courses. This course that we're having right now can decide to record it or sell the recorded version on these platforms. So that's how it works. So the last thing I will share with us tonight is you must learn how to schedule posts. Gone are those days when you wake up in the morning and say, oh, what am I going to post today? Now start thinking an idea drop in our post. Meanwhile, you can schedule posts for one. If you want to do that on Facebook and Instagram, you must download Meta Business Suite on your phone or use on the laptop. Simple. So you see where to create the post, how to save it. You will even tell the software when you want it delivered. Then if you're on Twitter and LinkedIn, Hyperfree is also very good. Hyperfree allows you to do a brief version before they now ask you to pay after you must have gotten value. So yeah, this is how it works. I want to hope somebody got something today. I are the priors data and you are the both. You are just the two persons that we have online. I hope you learned something. I hope you got value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this recording and then bring this whole session to an end. Please always remember that the replay will be made available